2013, and for his dedication and hard work in all of those years, again, to make the village a much better place. We've recognized each of these elected officials with a plaque with their title and number of years of service, and everyone is welcome to join us after the meeting in a cake and coffee reception here in the other room to meet with those individuals and wish them well in their future endeavors. So if you join me in a round of applause for all their years of service. Thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tim. Next we go to village.
Did you want to mention about the bridge, or was it something else?
I certainly could. There was a press conference held today at the Bower Bridge on the east side where we had the opportunity to witness live action demolition of the toll bridge. The county has commenced demolition of that toll bridge, which went off service, I believe, a week and a half ago, and tolls were no longer collected. But the bridge will be closed for approximately 7 more days while that activity continues, and then it'll be opened on a limited 2-lane basis, 1 lane in each direction, so the bridge can be back up and running early next week. I would tune into your local stations and you'll see a speech from our mayor and county board chairman just acknowledging the hard work and efforts that went into bonding and financing and planning and building of that bridge, and it has all come to fruition to the point where now it will be free, open road, no tolling, and everyone can enjoy it, which we feel will really enhance the traffic flow and economic activity along Harlem and enhance some of those businesses and economic activity on both sides of the river.
Well, one thing I found interesting today is they're planning on taking Harlem Road all the way to Springfield, which I didn't know about until today when Chairman told us. So it's going to be Harlem Road is going to be a long road eventually.
Yes, it is.
Okay, next we go to village engineer.
Thank you, Your Honor. Speaking of demolition, the village is accepting bids currently for the demolition of the structures that are in the floodplain buyout program. Bids can be obtained off of Quest CDN's website or off of McMahon's website, and bid opening is scheduled, I believe, for May 28th. That's all I have this evening, Your Honor. Thank you. Told you to be short.
Thanks, Chris. Next, we go to Public Safety Coordinator, Rocco Wagner.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the period of March 18th through April 14th, Sheriff's Department responded to 1,407 calls for service, made 468 traffic arrests, which included 16 DUIs and 66 criminal arrests, and that's all I have, sir.
Thank you. Next, we go to Committee and Trustee Report. Trustee Tamara.
Thank you, Your Honor. At the Public Improvement and Safety Committee meeting tonight, there was 3 items that were approved and will be moved forward to the May 6th meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we go to Administrative and Finance. Trustee Beck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Tonight, other than the warrants which have just been approved, we reviewed 4 resolutions and approved those, 3 of those which will be which are on tonight's agenda for approval.
Thank you, Trustee Beck. That's all we have under. Oh, yeah.
I would just like to say thank you to the residents of McChesney Park for letting me serve you for the last 4 years. I enjoyed myself doing so. And I'd also like to say thank you to all the fellow trustee members that I dealt with and over these last 4 years. Thank you. It was liked working with you, and to the staff members, thank you very much.
Anyone else? Okay, that's all under trustee and committee reports. We go to old business. I'll call for a motion to approve ordinance 15-13, disposal of property, second reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made, motion seconded. Can I have a staff report?
Thank you, Your Honor. As was discussed at the last board meeting, there are 5 items to be disposed of, and there have been no changes from the last report.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk please take the roll?
Trustee Tamman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Gentry.
Aye.
Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Boland.
Aye.
Mayor Strickland.
Aye.
7 ayes and no nays.
Ordinance 15-13 has been approved. Next, we go to ordinance 16-13, annual appropriation, FY 2014, second reading. I call for a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
Motion made, motion seconded. Can I have a staff report, please?
Well, thank you, Your Honor. Each time this year, we adopt the appropriations ordinance, which is based upon the approved budget and is set at 115% of that budget. This establishes a legal spending limit for the village, and we ask for your approval.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Will the clerk please take the roll?
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Gentry.
Aye.
Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Boland.
Aye.
Tamman.
Aye.
Mayor Strickland.
Aye.
7 ayes and no nays.
Ordinance 16-13 has been adopted for final approval. Now we go to new business. That's all under old business. We go to ordinance 14-13, amend Appendix B, drop boxes, first reading. I'll call for a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
Motion made, motion seconded. Can I have a staff report?
Yes, Your Honor. Currently, our code defines drop boxes as an accessory structure, normally without an attendant. This serves as a drop-off point for the collection and temporary storage of donations from the public, such as used clothing and household goods. Drop boxes currently require a special use permit in both ag and industrial zoning, and they are prohibited completely in all commercial districts and office zoning. What this text amendment would do would still prohibit them in commercial neighborhood and office zoning, though require a special use permit for them in commercial community and commercial general zoning districts. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? I see none. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Trustee Gentry.
Aye.
Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Boland.
Aye.
Tamman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Mayor Strickland.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.
Ordinance 14-13 has been adopted for the first reading. Next, we have Resolution 11-RS13, approved RDA Whetstone TIF. I'll call for a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
Motion made, motion seconded. Can I have a staff report?
Certainly, Your Honor. This is a three-party agreement between the Village of Machesney Park, Machesney 173 LLC, and LDK Leasing to facilitate the development of Park 90 subdivision, which is at the northeast corner of 173 and I-90. This first appeared before the A&F committee at a meeting, I believe it was March 4th, and has been laid over for a couple of weeks here to complete certain revisions. What I would ask Attorney Green to do at this time is to just take us through the changes to the document from when it first appeared before that committee last month.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim. Let me say as I start, some projects have a certain level of complication to them, and that level of complication can vary depending on how many parties are involved and what what the village is trying to undertake. In this particular case, timing became an issue. You've got Michelle working on finance, and there's an ordinance that was at A&F tonight. You've got Greg working on the grant documents and securing the grant agreements, and the rest of the staff, Tim, myself, Chris, frankly, everyone working with both the developer and the end user to try and hammer out the details of the contract, all coordinating the timing down to trying to get it completed within deadlines for the grant, deadlines for the financing, and so forth. So I apologize that even as of today, we put a draft on your desk. We're getting some additions to it But that's the nature of an agreement like this, where just when you think you've got everything done, a piece of paper slides under the door of your office, and you look at it and go, oh, we need to write another paragraph to this thing to address this issue. And that's been a little bit the nature of this one. But in the end, I think we have a very organized and very cooperative effort between the village, the developer, and the end user. The agreement, as it evolved since that last piece of paper was slid under the door, to make some changes related to the grant application and some additional requirements that the grant application imposed that were not necessarily identified for the developer and the village during the application process. And so what we needed to do was make some revisions to make sure that the village was protected, and I think we have done that. We have done that by securing the support of the developer, sharing those obligations. We've also thrown the TIF increment into reserve to protect and secure all obligations under the agreement. And I think there's a very high level of confidence that the village has very limited exposure, and that this process will move forward. We'll get this $3 million project built, and we'll get industrial users up there. It did involve us going to the end user, and the end user has now made, as of last week, additional commitments, because the end user has to respond annually under the grant requirements with certain confirming they have a certain number of jobs and frankly, staying in business through the grant process, or through the life of the 5 years that the grant applies. To the extent there's any obligations that were additionally imposed upon the village, the developer has stepped up to stand side by side with us, has agreed to allow additional TIF dollars to be escrowed and set aside in the event of any issues that may arise. So I really don't want to go into much more complicated analysis than that. I'm happy to answer any questions, although both Tim and I would be available after the meeting or in our offices to go over more specifics of the changes. But I think on behalf of the administration, I would say we're still very comfortable in that we have a very positive agreement and very positive development. Yeah, thank you.
Is there any discussion? Trustee Beck.
To the extent that these undecided or unfinished areas are, what is the percentage of that to the entire document, Tom? I'm just asking, because basically what you're asking us to do tonight is to approve something that, do we have the signature of the end user, and do we have?
Yes. Well, understand the document's unsigned now, and we can allow you a couple of days to call us. I mean, the ultimate signature of all parties on this will take some time, a few days for sure. And so if you read through this, I would say the volume of the changes relates to adding 2 or 3 sentences in about 3 locations of the document, and adding a paragraph in another location of the project, of the document, and then adding a couple of line items in the exhibits, which lay out the obligations of the developer and lay out the obligations of the village. And I can go through those more specifically, as can Tim, if you want to give us a call.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? I see none. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Trustee Yo.
Aye.
Beck.
Aye.
Bolin.
Aye.
Tammon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Gentry.
Aye.
Mayor Strickland.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays.
Resolution 11-RS13 has been approved. Resolution 23-RS13, MFT 2013/2015. I call for a motion to approve.